What is up, winning team? I have news. I just got a new job. What the freaking heck just happened? So let me tell you guys how this all went down, right? And I start next week. Crazy. So here's what happened. On Tuesday, I had an interview that I was supposed to have the Tuesday before with this other company that I really wanted to work with, and it sounded like a really cool company to work for. And I've been looking for jobs because my plan has been like, I want to work as much as possible for the rest of this year until the winter. Then I'm going to take 2 weeks off to do whatever I want to do and get my life together, because there's a lot of things in my life that need to be gotten together. I've been going through all this stuff with the Lord, and I really need to just get serious. Also, I want to get serious about my content creation and start investing more in like equipment and like stuff that I want to use. Like I want to eventually get like an actual camera, and stuff like that. So obviously the jobs that I've been doing, ain't nobody taking anybody anywhere with those jobs, right? So we're planning to apply for another jobs and just be working this whole time. So anyways, on Tuesday, my job interview got cancelled again with this other job. And so I was kind of really down in the dumps because I was so looking forward to just like having an opportunity and just like trying again. And I couldn't. I was disappointed because I was like, God, what am I going to do? So then I got into a bit of a panic. So in like the 2 hours that I had put in the day that was going to be at doing the interview, I'd put aside for like the job related thing. I then just sat there and just applying for all these jobs, like as many jobs as humanly possible, like every job, this job, any job, every job I was applying for, right? And because I really want to just like put to bed my own business now and just kind of just let it be. I can always return to it if I want to, but I just really want to just work for somebody else and just like show up, make money and leave, kind of thing. So I can focus more energy on you guys and YouTube. So, so anyway, I see this job pop up and it's a teaching job. Now, there's a few interesting things about it. First of all, it was part-time, which I was like, that's interesting. Second of all, it's at a school that's only for kids who are badly behaved or like who've been kicked out of school, who've been to the PRU, which is the pupil referral unit. And the pay was pretty good. I was like, the pay is better than what I'm making now. And so I was like, I'm intrigued. So I just sent my CV just like I did for loads of other ones. Didn't think too much into it, just got on with it. The day after, and I knew this was going to happen, literally the day after, I got a phone call. Hi, this is so-and-so from such and such. We're contacting you about this position you applied for. We'd like to just check a few things with you, and then we'd like to set you up with a meeting with the head teacher and the deputy head. So that's what I did the day after. So was it yesterday? No, yes, a Wednesday. So Tuesday was when I applied. Wednesday is when I heard back. Thursday is when Wednesday. Tuesday is when I applied. Wednesday, I had an interview. Yeah, Wednesday I had a Teams meeting with the head teacher and the deputy head, which was kind of intimidating, I'm not going to lie. And then yesterday, which was Thursday, so it was yesterday that I had the interview. So yeah, Thursday was the day I had the interview because they were like, can you come in tomorrow, which is today, which is Friday. So I was like, yeah, because I hadn't yet really like restarted doing a lot of the work that I normally do at the start of the year, because I was really trying my best. Like I was really praying to get a new job and not have to go back to what I was doing. Anyway, so that's where I've just been. And when I left, the lady was like, okay, cool, see you 8 a.m. on Monday. I was like, okay, hold on. This is all moving way too fast. This is all moving way too fast, like, because I didn't expect to just be stepping into a role like in the classroom. Who would have thought? So so I went there, and I have to say, guys, honestly, I'm actually excited. I can't lie. I can't believe I'm saying that, and I can't believe I can't get away from this freaking education system. Even on my way back from going to this, I literally saw this residential home that I also used to go and teach lessons at to these kids. So I feel like I'm getting a whistle stop tour of every single corner of this education system right now. Because this school is so cool. They only opened the school in 2023. And it's an academy just only, like I said, for kids who have been kicked out of school and who are in complex situations. So I arrive, I don't know what's going to happen, because they're like, oh, we just want to show you around and just like familiarize you with the place. And it was funny because when I did the interview, the other day, because I was kind of like in the mood of, I'm not really into teaching. I just was like so deadly honest in the interview, because it was just like, they asked me questions like, so how come you don't have you never got a teaching qualification? I was like, honestly, because I don't really feel like I need one. They just asked me, I was just like being so deadly honest about all these things, right? And so I was surprised that they were so interested in having me come and join. What the heck is on my face? So when I came today, I was thinking in my head, I was like, oh, they're probably just gonna like dislike me when they meet me in person. Why do I always think that? I always think people are gonna dislike me when they meet me in person. But anyway, I was like, they're gonna dislike me when they meet me in person. So so then I went to the school. The deputy head was there, and it was very flashy. Like, I didn't know we did it like this anymore. It's been a while since I've been in the classroom. I come in, instead of the normal sign-in sheet, the guest thing that I normally do, there's a tablet there, and I have to type in my name and then type in who I'm here to see, and then then they all pop up with their photos there as well. And then I had to say what company I was with, whatever, on this tablet, and then it takes a picture of me. And I was like, okay. And I walked in. It's a very tech heavy, like tech forward, like school, and every single one of but I love it. I actually love it. It's like exactly what I feel like the schools need to be more like so many little things about it. Like every single classroom has a calm room, because obviously these are kids who've been kicked out. So they're all going through very, very have been through complicated life circumstances, and I got to read about them in their reports, and it's quite a sad story actually for some of the stuff that these kids are facing up with in their lives. So I thought that's so cool that they have a calm room that they can go to. I was taken to every single room. I was introduced to all the kids. I was thinking, what is happening, right? Because I just thought we were just going to go and just have a little meeting, and then we'll all have to think about it over the weekend. Nuh-uh. I was introduced to all the kids. I had long conversations with like 3 or 4 of the teachers, right? Because so after we've gone on the tour, she's shown me, the deputy, she's shown me each of the kids. She then sent one of the other staff members to come and show me their online system that they use for the lessons. So the lessons are all going to be planned. PowerPoints are going to be done, everything. I was like, this is insane. And it was the most coolest, like, I've ever seen online thing that they had. And then she was also showing me just like all of this. So then they left me in the staff room so I could have a look at all this stuff and see how it all works. So I'm just here in the staff room, and then this is one of the things that got me, because they had the Sidemen cereal, 3 boxes of their cereal in the staff room. I was like, might be my kind of cup of tea. And then every time a teacher would come in, they're all so nice, these teachers. So every time one of the other teachers would come in, they would come in and then they would just be there talking to me for like about 10-20 minutes. And they do all this cool stuff with the kids. So like, for example, they were saying that Fridays they do like this enrichment thing, and they like to do activities with the kids, go-karting, swimming, skiing. I was like, sign me up. Sign me up. This sounds like so much fun. And to be paid to do that as a job as an adult. Are you kidding me? And my hours would be like 8 until like 3-4 days a week. Or 3:15, 3:30, right? And then because it's so small, there's only 17 kids in total in the entire school. It's so interesting, you guys. So one of the other teachers was like, yeah, it's nice. I never have to take home my marking. I just get my marking done while I'm here. And like, they're all really kind of really interesting, different characters. All the teachers, they're all a bit different, but they're all very cool. So yeah, as I left, they were all making tacos with the kids, because they were having tacos today. They were even asking me, do I want some? And it was crazy because the deputy, right, when she gave me the computer with the things, she left me in the room. She's like, yeah, so just take your time as long as you want in here, and when you're ready, you can leave. Don't feel any pressure to stay, or don't feel any pressure to stay. You're happy to leave, you can go now if you like, or you can spend some more time familiarizing yourself. So I stayed there for like about another half hour, just like looking things up about like information. And also I just kind of needed to breathe, because it's like a lot was happening and I didn't expect so much to happen. Because then they were all talking to me as if like, when you start next week, like when you start. So like the other previous teacher doing maths came and brought me the kids' freaking exercise books to look at. So I'm saying I was like overwhelmed because in my head I just randomly applied on Tuesday. I hadn't necessarily decided I definitely even wanted to get this job. I was just like, let me throw out some teaching jobs just because I know that there's a chance I'll get them. Maybe there's something a bit more interesting. And I just did not know what I got myself into. But yeah, the place is sick. It's cool. The staff are fun. The kids look like there's a very interesting group of kids there. And it's just a nice place to work in. And I was like, this is so freaking cool. This is so freaking cool. And they were talking about how like in their lessons, it's very like different to like public school, like normal school, where like they do a lot of stuff to like have more activities to make the lessons more fun, playing games with the kids in their maths lesson. I was like, that's a bit of me, because this is how I feel like school should be, you know. And also they help the kids like with, you know, their life skills. So the reason why they had tacos today, but the thing is, that was part of the like kind of them helping the kids to build, you know, life skills. So one of the kids had, you know, found a recipe, made the list of ingredients, and then, you know, saw the teacher for him to go and buy it for the thing. And then they all came together to, I think it was key stage, I can't remember which key stage it was, but they came together to like make the tacos together. So they're like teaching them, you know, valuable skills alongside them doing their lessons, because they only do 3 subjects: math, science, and English. So they are teaching them like valuable skills that for life. And I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm freaking talking about when I'm talking about the education system and how it needs to be different, because kids are coming in, like me just coming in and having a whole bunch of 30 kids, 20 kids or 25 kids or whatever, and just trying to teach them maths. They've got such complicated things going on in their lives. This is why I like doing working with these groups of kids who are like not in traditional school, because they're in complex situations, then everybody just kind of gets more information anyway. So you end up having to spend more time with the parents, you know, a lot about their home life, and you're supporting that as well. And because it all factors in together, you know, it all matters together. So I'm so excited. This sounds like it's going to be quite fun. Although the one thing I have to do now is I have an unbelievable amount of registration stuff I have to send in. The lady was just like, oh yeah, you could just send that in by the end of today. And I was like, lady, do you know how much this is here? There's the registration form. There's the oh my gosh, they ask, if you guys saw the list of things that they've asked for me to just start this job. I'm like, this is what sucks about starting jobs at my age in 2025. Because tell me why they are asking for so much information. They're like, we need 2, so obviously they need the references of, we need 2 proofs of address, we need this, we need you to do registration form, we need you to do this form, do you want to be paid via this way or via that way, please choose your payment route, we need a picture of you for the system, we need what was the other thing they asked me for, an original copy of your certificate for university. Like, so when this lady was like telling me, and it's all like 3 o'clock on a Friday, and she's all talking about, yeah, if you could just get some of those things in so we can get you stuff on the system so we can get you started next week. I'm thinking, mate, on Tuesday I didn't even know I was going to be doing this. I haven't even had a moment to breathe, to think about what just happened. I've walked in, and then like by the time I've left, literally as I was leaving, she was like, yeah, I'll see you on Monday at 8 p.m. 8 a.m. The flipping deputy. What do you mean see me Monday at 8 a.m.? So anyways, I'm glad, because when I spoke with the company, the one that's like organizing this, she was like, yeah, you won't be in on Monday because we still have to get all your paperwork together. And I was like, thank the Lord, because I need a couple of days, because I'm also working this weekend. I'm going to be working on Sunday. I've got quite a busy schedule for my own business still, because again, it's the start of the year. So then people have been hiring me, and then I also know a guy who's a teacher who recruited me to help with assessing this kid, and now they want me to kind of do more lessons with him because it all went really well. And like, this is what happens with me when it gets to me and the kids. I just can't get away from them because I'm just too good at my job. So people just seem to like me, and the kids also just seem to like me. I met the kids, they were all pretty cool, you know, today, sizing me up, you know, because, you know, first impressions of kids, it matters, because that's what they do. They'll be like, you're somebody I can take advantage of. So it was nice to just, but it was just so crazy. Like, guys, I can't express to you how weird it was. I was just there, and also because I was feeling unwell, I was so close to just saying, can we please move this to next week? But I was like, no, 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 let me just go, and it might be worth it. And once I'm there, I'll be happy that I went. So to just be thrust in, like I come in and I'm being taken straight into, walking straight into the classroom, and this is this kid, and this is this, and this is this, and this and this. We walk into another classroom. We've got the lady. They've got the xylophones. They've just learned a song, and the teacher's like, "Oh, perfect timing, guys. Let's show them what we just made, what the song that we just made." And there's a bunch of 8-year-olds on xylophones following the music notes on the TV screen, and there's osmosis happening in the intervention room with the teacher, and like. But they were in that room because they didn't use the other room because one of the kids didn't want to be in that room because some people have been sick. And I was just like, whoa, I've been thrown in deep end. So yeah, but I'm happy with it. And I do really care for these kids because it's a privilege for some of us. We don't realize how privileged we are that we were able to like get through school. Like I personally feel that I wasn't perfectly behaved, but it's a privilege, that my life wasn't so much more chaotic in a way that, and it was stable that in a way that I was able to, get through school. So I feel like even though I'm not yet freeing the kids in the underground tunnels, I feel happy that I get to help kids who have been through worse than me, because that's why I really care about the underground tunnel thing as well. It's like, I know how I feel about life and how hard things were for me, and I haven't had it the worst, by far from the worst that anybody's had, that people have suffered. So that's why I like to spend my time helping kids who are going through worse things than I've been through. So that's what I feel like is the nice thing about this job as well, is like, well, you know what, I get to help kids who've been through what I've been through. I'm doing 4 days a week, the pay's better. I'm working 8 till 3, still got a good chunk of the day to myself. I'm going to be able to not take any work home, not have to do any prep, any planning. I just show up, teach my lessons, and skidads. And then obviously they prepare all those other things for us because we're going to need to be spending so much more time, helping the kids to, manage their behavior and all that. So, and I already saw some of the things that kind of can happen whilst I was there just now. So I kind of already am in the thick of it, and but it's nice. I feel like I'm gonna love my colleagues. I feel like I like the deputy head and the head teacher. I love literally all the staff are so sweet. I spoke with, I think, all of them. I think I spoke with everybody in the school. So yeah, I'm rather excited, and then keep me on my toes a little bit, give me a bit of structure, because my mental health's been in the bin, you guys. This one is because I've just been feeling like, I don't want to get to the end of the year, and like, how long are we going to have to wait, Lord, for all these things that you're doing? When are we going to see the tearing down of the entertainment industry? When are we going to see the the shift? Because I feel like that shift is going to happen prior to us making it to the promised land. So I've kind of been like, God, what do I do in the meantime? And something that, somebody said to me about this really confirmed, like, maybe you're just going to be in this job for a season, and maybe, and this would be good because then there's some other things in my life I can get in order, preparing myself for the future. So I'm really happy about that. I can still knuckle down on YouTube. And if you're wondering, if I had to choose between YouTube and any job, I'm choosing YouTube every time, just so you know. Like, I'm never going to say, oh, guys, I'm taking my channel down because of this job. Hell no. This is the future. It's right here. These things are just seasons, So, yeah, guys, I got a new job. I'm going to just, like, really take a moment because I honestly feel like taking a nap because it's just so overwhelming how fast everything moved, and I just didn't expect. I thought, well, yeah, I'll go and have a visit. They just probably want to see me in person. I don't expect to get introduced to absolutely everybody, get shown what I'm supposed to be doing, get shown how I'm going to be doing the lessons she's all talking about, and I can print off all the stuff that you might need for your lesson on Monday if you like, so that just to get your feet in. I was like, I need to breathe. I'm not even on the system. I don't have a login. Like, I need it. Like, you need to get me an ID. Like, I would start with the basics. you know, just getting me set up with an account on the thing, like just getting my contracts in and all that. So I'm really happy with that though. Yeah, it's a new beginning, it's a new start. It'll be good for my mental health because I think I've just been where I've been spending too much time just always working from home. I don't think it's been good for me. And so that's kind of why I was like, you know, maybe I will go in the school because then I can like get a bit of a routine going. You know, I'll be forced to like eat meals at the right times and try and sleep at the right times. Although knowing me, I'll just be up at 4 till 7 when I have to leave recording videos and then leaving at 7 for work. But I'm excited and I'm surprised that they're so quick to just kind of entrust me, you know. But then this is where I say, you know, how I do be complaining about, you know, having a baby face and like being too approachable. But this is one of those situations where, you know, it does work out because I feel like people just do just trust me. They just do. So yeah, loved the gang, loved the other staff, loved the vibe. And yeah, and also it just sounds like there's a lot of fun things going down because they were like, yeah, we like to do this and we like to do this, and I was like, really. Also, my lunch is free. How about that? So I have lunch free at work. I can have lunch there for free. This is crazy, you guys. This is crazy. And also breakfast, I think. So yeah, it's kind of nuts to think about all this stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna. Anyways, I wanted to record videos, but I'm so tired. Mainly mentally because it's just a lot to take on and a lot like to have happened in literally 4 days. From losing out an interview and like kind of panicking about what I'm gonna do to like see you at Monday at 8 a.m. Excuse me. But this whole doing all this paperwork thing, I'm not looking forward to it because oh gosh, I need to find where my DBS is because the DBS is like the security thing. They do the background check to make sure you've not like been convicted felon or whatnot. And I do have a recent one, but I just don't know where it is. And I don't know if they've logged the last company that I was at. I don't know if they logged it onto the system like they're supposed to, because there's now a system where like you do it just once, and then every single time your new employer you give them your details and they can go and just check, and it's like an ongoing one. So that one's the important one. Obviously, working with kids, I have to get an enhanced DBS, which is like enhanced means like because obviously I'm working with kids, it's especially vulnerable kids, so they have to make sure that I'm not. I wish they'd been doing that when they were hiring people on Nickelodeon, but they're flipping people at Nickelodeon. It was actually the executive, what was it, the executive founders or whatever were like convicted felons. I can't remember. I talked about it in a video. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave that there. I just need to process this information because it's kind of crazy to think about, but I'm happy about it because I feel like now I can get my life together and just get in a bit of order because I've been needing that. And that's why when I went to apply, I was like, God, should I be doing this? Maybe I'm not supposed to be here. Like, am I getting in the way of what you're trying to do? But then I thought to myself afterwards, I was coming out thinking, you know what? Maybe this is God's way of helping me because I've been saying to him that I need help to just like get my life together, and can he just help me? So maybe giving me something like this structured is part of like this is actually the strategy, is get me into a bit of a more of a routine, get me somewhere where that's just a better environment of work around other people as well, because I'm a bit of a weirdo because I spend so much time by myself. So I know this is going to sound crazy and you guys are going to be surprised I'm about to say this, but I'm actually looking forward to having to be around like adult people like throughout the day more so, and like socializing with my colleagues. I know, can you imagine that I'm saying that? Because I feel like it's going to help me just become a person again, because I've just been too busy off with the Lord and then just doing my job at a distance. And like, I think I'm a bit of a weirdo. I need to just get into the swing of, you know, because even now I was thinking, oh my gosh, I need to be thinking about like my outfits and like all this stuff and like remembering to prepare for this. And so like, you know, it's good. I'm happy. Although I'm intimidated, I'm scared, like, because it's just so fast and such a change. And also stepping into teaching roles is very intimidating because obviously you are responsible for these kids. You are responsible. So that's quite scary to think about, because you then, but the good thing is, because they're already expected to, not really behave, I don't feel the pressure of, like, people, well, this has never happened to me, but sometimes you worry, like, what if I can't keep the class under control? And then somebody's like, how comes you can't keep your class under control? That's not going to happen, because this is already what we're expecting. So all I have to do is just endure. And I'm happy to. It makes me feel like, I've been saying to the Lord, God, please give me something to wake up for in the morning. Like, give me a reason to want to wake up, because if I can, like, help them, and, like, be there for them and give them the patience that maybe other adults don't have, because I mean, other adults don't even have patience for kids who are well behaved a lot of the time, you know what I mean, let alone badly behaved. So and again, I don't really like to villainize kids, because they're just processing emotions, so that's why I don't even really believe in the concept of bad behavior per se, because I feel like everything has a root cause, and there's like a reason why they're behaving that way. And so just villainizing them doesn't help anything. We need to figure out what's wrong. A lot of the things that kids do, it's because they're processing. Like, I was talking with one of my new colleagues, and who's been teaching maths and science, and he was saying to me that, like, a lot of the times, kids, they're afraid of getting things wrong, and I was saying, and that's my experience with all kids from all schools. I've said this to you guys all the time, and a lot of the anxiety that they get for that is based on their environment. Like, if they're coming from a home where, if they make one mistake, their parent is, like, lashing out at them, or, you know what I'm saying, they don't have the safety of being able to get things wrong and then try again. That also affects them then at school, because then they're fearful of, like, what's going to happen to them, like, and the same thing, funny enough, happened with this other kid that I was asked to go and assess, right? This is exactly what I noticed with him, and he's 9, mind you. He, a lot of times, has the answer in his head, but he doesn't say it out loud. And it happened a few times. It's happened quite a few times, because he's scared he's going to get the wrong answer. So, like, a lot of the work that I have to do is, like, the psychological breaking down of that thing, creating, like, a safe space where they feel like they can just, doesn't matter if you get it wrong once and again and again and again and again. Who cares, right? The point is, every single time you fail, you're one more step to getting it right. You only fail when you don't try again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm intimidated, though, I'm not gonna lie, because it's a lot of pressure. I don't want to let them down. I don't want to let the school down. I don't want to let the kids down. And but I feel like this might be the match we all needed, as in, like, they obviously needed a maths teacher, because it's telling me how many people have been teaching maths and don't want to be teaching maths and science, whatever. And I need a bit of stability, and also I want to be in working with kids in a way that I feel like is actually going to help them. And so everything about this school, from the way the building is built, because they built this building specifically for this type of setup. That's why I said each room has a sub room inside, called the calm room. So cool. And there's like a sofa in there. The kids can go and just, if they need a few minutes, which these things are healthy, because a lot of things that kids do when they do things wrong, it's because they're processing, like, how everyone likes to be, oh, this is our first time at living it, it's their first time. So, like, when they're processing their emotions, sometimes they just need a break. And I think sometimes adults don't give kids enough of their own, like, private space where they can just be and breathe for a minute and then return to the rest of the world. So I'm so glad that they have them, and the kids were using me while I was there. There were kids in them in, like, 2 of the classrooms. I was like, this is good, because it works, and it means, everybody can, so anyway, that's the story, guys. I got a new job, and I'm going to be teaching in the classroom again. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Oh, I'm so nervous, but I'm, like, really excited as well, because I get to work in a really cool environment with some really cool people. I was like, I'm so looking forward to getting to know all of the other staff that are there, because they all seem like really nice, cool people, and great people to work with, like, every single one of them. The kids, obviously, I don't know them at all yet, but we'll see. But according to the other teachers, you know, they're like, the kids, they are lovely. That it's just they. And this is my what I'm always saying about kids. Kids are lovely. It's just that they are just going through things a lot of the time. So yeah, but also just on a side note, I'm not gonna talk about that in this video, but on another video, another day, I'm noticing more and more the fact that these types of schools and stuff are opening is proof of what I'm saying to you guys, that the current education system is not built for purpose. Because this is why they keep having to come up with these side things like these. Last time I was working with SEND is the phrase, like special education needs and disabilities, I think it is. And now I'm doing SEMH, which is special education and mental health. I don't know, but like they're having to like expand types of schools because no one's doing well in the normal school system anymore, because this normal school system is not built for purpose. And that's why the kids have to get diagnosed with everything. And this is why this because, you know, I was reading all these diagnoses and stuff today, like, and thinking, right, because the normal school system is not built for purpose. So yeah, even though I'm a bit shocked about all of this, high key, I'm so excited to be a part of this and that they liked me. And yeah, because I was like, they're gonna be like, oh, we don't want her, she's not gonna do it. No, they're like, oh, we can start, set you up, we'll get you all the stuff you need ready for Monday. I'm thinking, this is so much fun. Oh yeah, and they were all in their comfy clothes. The kids are not wearing uniform today because it's comfy Fridays or something, or like something Fridays, so they're all in their normal clothes. And it's just like, oh, this is such a fun environment and cool. So the fact that I get to be there is just chef's kiss. Anyways, you guys, if life's a game, play to win. God bless you all. I need to sleep because this is overwhelming. But I'm glad that I went today, because now I've only gone to bag me a job, because I was having anxiety about the fact that it's now the first week of October and I haven't got started a new job. I really wanted to start in October, and now, well, here we are. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, you guys, she's back in the classroom. She's back in the classroom. Would you believe it? Anyways, you guys, if life's a game, play to win. God bless you all. God loves you. I love you, and I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye. Also, sorry that my videos are so long at the moment. I just have so much to say because there's just so much going on in my mind.